Hello people, Mike here. Today I'm going to give you guys a quick review of a PGYTech Camera Strap Pro and a OneGo strap bag. Just a disclaimer, they did send me these accessories to review, but they did not pay me and they did not tell me to say certain things. So all the things that I'm about to say are my own opinion and they don't get to see this video until I upload on my channel. So this video is going to be purely from my actual real life experience, and I'm gonna apologize in advance because the B-rolls are not gonna be like a top-notch quality because I usually don't take around my main video camera. So a lot of them are taken with action cam or my iPhone video. Also, I'll be talking about like some of the features that I really like and some of the things I hope they improve or things that I didn't like. So first, let's talk about the Shoulder Strap Pro. Using it was a little different experience for me because I usually use strap with a 2 anchor point, like the leather ring strap or Peak Design anchor strap. And I also use different kind of rope strap and all that kind of stuff. And the main difference was the mounting point on this strap. I personally didn't like having one anchor point when I'm using a strap because it usually always is dangling and swinging around, banging everything when I'm moving around. So I preferred having 2 anchor point, which was a little bit more secure, I guess. But this PGYTech Camera Shoulder Strap Pro resolved this banging issue by having a safety lock, which basically locks the position of the camera when you have it on your side. Also, you can attach a 3-point underarm strap, which will give you more secure control when using the strap. And it was a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning, but the PGYTech has a different anchor ring or whatever. This one is like a bean shape instead of like a more familiar, coin shape. So it doesn't really have a orientation to put it in your strap. So you can basically don't have to care about which side you have to lock in. You can just shove it in to secure your strap to the anchor point. And also because it's round and it moves around freely inside, you don't have to worry about your strap being tangled. You can basically still turn, it will turn indefinitely and you can just untangle it without taking off the strap, which is another plus. And also it does have a 60mm leather surface on the shoulder pad, which is very comfortable. And I used this strap with a 70-200 lens attached to my camera, and I didn't feel like pressure on my shoulder or anything, and I was using it for like 4 or 5 hours. And also, speaking of heavy stuff, the maximum load for this strap is 90 kilograms, and 90 kilograms is around 200 pounds, which is pretty crazy because I don't think I can ever rig something that will be heavy as 200 pounds. The strap was very easy to adjust and use. In the beginning, when I had the underarm strap, it kind of felt a little bit confusing, but I got a hang of it. And ever since I used the Shoulder Strap Pro, I started liking having 1 anchor point on the base plate instead of 2 anchor points on the side, because when I used the 2 anchor points, the straps actually got in my way. When I was shooting, sometimes I go over the strap, sometimes the straps are like hanging on top of my hands, so it kind of got annoying. But having that 1 anchor point on the bottom of the base plate, it became very convenient on different orientation and it didn't get in my way. And also having 1 anchor point when you're just have it on your side, the actual camera is pointing downward, and this is a plus versus when you're using a 2 anchor point system strap. Your camera is basically upright, so you have more chance to banging that lens versus when things are pointing downwards. And also when using it, it was very easy to adjust in different style of shooting. When you just have it hanging, the strap is very tight. But when you have your camera lifted or you're trying to use it, the actual strap extend in length and you can do any kind of a orientation very easily. So overall, the Strap Pro was very comfortable, easy to use, and effective strap, especially if you are moving around a lot while shooting. It will help you dramatically. And if you're doing a long shoot It was definitely comfortable. I would definitely recommend it. One thing, if I have to pinpoint, I wish the lock teeth were stronger. I know they're strong, but when I was using the 70-200, I kind of yanked it. I know I shouldn't. It did kind of move a little bit. I wish it was stronger to a point where it will definitely not move. And also, I kind of wish they make like a light version of this, because I don't always carry around a big camera. So I don't really need the straps to be that thick, even though yes, the thicker strap will be more comfortable. But I wish they actually made one for a lighter camera, a little bit more smaller profile. That would be great. Okay, now let's talk about the OneGo rope strap bag. Spoiler alert, this bag became my everyday carry. So I do own a variety of different company sizes, camera backpack, but the main reason why this OneGo rope strap bag has become my everyday carry is because how ridiculously lightweight this bag is. I used to use a Peak Design 6-liter bag as my everyday, but the bag itself was heavy and it was very thick where I couldn't really put in a lot of things. And because there's like a hard form, when I have it on the back, it started like shaking and just rolling around on my back. Yes, it has less padding, but it has a good enough padding for me to be comfortably carrying around my, Leicas or Sony with big lenses. So unless you're like swinging around and like banging, I think it's more than enough padding that you have inside the OneGo strap bag. And also the bag is a little bit more free form. When you're wearing, it kind of stays like on your bag instead of just rolling around. Yeah, it's definitely comfortable when you're wearing it. Also, this bag has a lot of like ropes around it. First of all, in the beginning, I didn't really care for it because I kind of thought it was messy in the beginning. But without me knowing, I have been using those ropes more every time I'm like taking out my bag or carrying it. So it kind of got useful over time without me even knowing. And when you look at this bag, it doesn't look like it can carry much because it looks kind of flat, but you can actually expand the bottom part where I can fit a whole 70-200 with a camera attached to it, which I brought to a lot of my daughter's soccer game along with the strap. So it feels like around like 8 to 10 liters, to be honest. And on the outside of the bag, there are ropes where you can hook things on there, like keychain, earphones. Me personally, I put like lens cloths on there, so that's another place where you can just like hang your stuff conveniently. I like this bag because it doesn't really look like a camera bag. Since these days a lot of people get robbed and stuff like that, I don't want to be showing everybody, oh, I have camera in here. So it does look like a pouch, like a regular bag, so that's something that I really like. So let's talk about a few things that I wish there was an improvement on. Even though I really like this bag, there are a couple things I wish it had. First one is probably the biggest. I wish there was at least one pocket outside of the bag, because in order to put anything in, I always had to open up the main compartment because there are 0 places to put in outside of the bag. So having a small zipper, like a compartment or like a little, I don't know, place where I can put like little keys or a cell phone, that would be really helpful. So that way I don't really have to open up the main zipper all the time. I don't know why PGYTech did this, but they do have a divider built into the bag. They could have just easily gotten like a divider where you can just pull it out like all the other bags. But this bag, they actually did mount it into the bag, so you can't really take it out. So I think this gives limitation on stuff that you want to carry. So for instance, 70-200, when I was putting that in, I didn't really need a divider. So I kind of had to like fold it to a point where it doesn't get in my way to put in like large camera body and lens. So I just have it on the bottom. So I'm just using another separate divider from different bag and it's working fine. And the last thing, it might be something that's just me, but the knot where you adjust the length of the bag, there's a knot and this knot sometimes gets into my rib cage where I kind of feel uncomfortable. It's not always all the time. Sometimes if I wear a certain orientation or I have certain amount, like a heavy stuff on my back, it will sometimes like push certain points on my body that I kind of feel uncomfortable. So I wish in the future they would make that a little bit more smoother or a little bit more flatter so it doesn't really poke any body parts. But overall, I really like this bag. That is why it became my everyday carry. So I have an affiliated link and a discount code in the description for those who are interested in checking them out. So that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys liked my video. If you guys did, please give me a like. Subscribe if you guys want to see more camera related videos in the future. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.